their leaf or their yard waste, it would give them a chance to burn it within this window. There are communities that have burn bans where recreational fires only, and that is another option.
Yes, we didn't want, I mean, there are some times of the year when I guess we didn't want to be too dictatorial and say never, because there are some times in the year that might warrant it.
The only question I would have is you had 2 windows in the fall, 2 1-week periods in the fall and 1 2-week period in the spring.
One week period in the spring.
Given this, for example,
Or if it's raining.
Our weather in the last couple of years does not lend itself to what one might picture as a normal fall and a normal spring. I don't know if there's something to be considered in terms of how you adjust, how flexible can you be and
I
something
think
like
we
that.
would probably, as a council, have to amend it or be like, well, since the weather, this last week, you really couldn't burn anything this last week.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, since maybe this last week was a time, well, in a week now, from this point on, we got a week, you can remove it to this.
And today you got 30-mile-an-hour gust winds,
Right.
Which make, obviously, attending to fire seriously important.
Right.
But
Well-
even that isn't necessarily going to do you a lot of good, and as some of our rural friends know.
The proposed ordinance does not set a specific week or weeks. It
Okay.
says that the mayor shall declare a time frame with consultation from the fire chief, looking at, is there a burn ban? Is it a time that we don't
Okay.
want fires?
All right.
But you'll take a look at the forecast, you'll look at the conditions, and you want to set a week when people are able to actually take advantage of it if they so choose. But that'll be set by the mayor and, again, the fire chief based on.
And she'll have the weather 8-ball.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I glow,
Blame it on Bonnie.
yeah.
But I agree with you. You aren't going to be able to sit today and say every year from September 1st to 8th you're going to burn. That isn't going to work. You'll want to take a look at the conditions at that time.
So we can maybe look at the language of it, and then what we're wanting to do tonight is set a date for a hearing again on May 26th for this?
If the council is interested in considering an ordinance, like I said, that's where we're at right now, is if it's something that we want to consider.
I'd make the motion
To set the date? To set the date or?
Set the
to
date.
date for the public
Okay.
hearing.
For an ordinance, okay? Motion from Hill, do I have a second for
Second.
that? Second from Dallenbach. Any other discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. That will be on the agenda too. 26 going to be a busy day. Next item on the agenda is Public Safety Committee review of the ATV trail. Do you have your minutes from?
I do.
Don't look at
Do you
me.
have them? Who's got them?
Here, Mike, let's,
Who has them? I don't know.
yes, as per the last council meeting, the Public Safety Committee, Law Enforcement Committee did meet on Friday, April 24th, 2015. As part of that agenda, it was discussed the pros and cons of allowing ATVs on the public streets in Independence. And I guess I'm just going to read the paragraph here that deals with that. The committee discussed the request by local ATV users to be allowed to operate on a limited number of streets within the city limits of Independence. After lengthy discussion, the committee decided to recommend to the full council that ATVs not be allowed to operate on city streets. The primary reasons were ATVs are not designed to be operated on streets and highways. They are powerful machines that can flip or roll over easily. The need to keep ATVs off main heavily traveled streets within the city would result in them using residential streets, which would result in noise problems for residents. Concerns that once allowed to operate within the city limits, it would be difficult to enforce traffic laws, as it would be easy for ATVs to avoid officers by going off the streets. By not allowing ATV usage within city limits, the city would stay in line with its earlier decision to not allow golf carts to operate on city streets. So that was, and there were several studies, several pieces of information that were discussed at that point, at that meeting, that there's quite a bit of discussion around the country on whether or not this is kind of a hot topic all over the country. Some areas have allowed them, some areas haven't. One of the big concerns in Independence was that we've got major highways running through the city, and to go any place, you end up having to cross those major highways. So for what it's worth, that's what the law committee came up with.
Okay. This was on the agenda for discussion, and I know there's some people from the ATV, because they'd called me and asked me about that, so, is there anyone that, from the ATV group that wants to address anything or bring anything up?
Good evening. My name's Lauren Lee, 2073 Three Elms Park Road. I understand the concerns. I just want to